gonna go get another tractor. I'm working on collecting as many as I can this fall and winter to have a bunch ready for spring. So this is a pretty nice Scott's tractor that I'm paying a little bit of money for, but it doesn't run. Let's go fix it. It's one of these tractors that's way bigger in person than it looks in the photos. This thing's not too bad. It's got the hubcaps. So this was supposed to be $150. That's the deal we made, and I guess the previous owner, he hadn't touched the thing in probably 10 years, he said. So he was like, I don't know what we're, you know, he basically didn't know what we were looking at. So we open up the hood, and the first thing I notice is that. So I go, what's the deal with this? And he goes, you know what? Just take it for 50 bucks. I wasn't even giving him a hard time. I just said, oh, what's that? And he was like, yeah, it's my key switch. I was like, okay. He's like, you're gonna have to mess with this thing. Just take it for 50 bucks. It's like, sounds fair. So that's what we got. 6-speed manual engagement, just a little 15 horse Briggs on it. Looks good. A little soppy down there. Looks like some sort of makeshift bracket. I don't know if that's for the axle. Maybe. We'll look into that. And our 42-inch deck looks in really nice shape. Looks like it was stored inside. So, yeah, I think it was a good purchase. $50. So I think what will be fun is, you know, can I fix this thing for under 100, since, you know, I didn't have to spend 150 on this. Gotta look for the, be nice to find the right paint. Scott's orange, is that the same as Husqvarna orange? Kind of looks like it. Seat's a little beat up, but all right. At some point we'll get to work on this, and all the stuff I've been getting recently is all for the spring. I'm just gonna try to flood the market in the spring with a bunch of finished mowers. So all right, you'll see this thing soon enough. Another gross day, but I'm working on that Craftsman project, and I have a bunch of paint drying, and I might as well get to this thing. So she doesn't run. She's got a light switch. 15 horsepower Briggs. Pretty reliable engines. I like those ones. Let's get this battery out of here. Hook up a jump pack. We'll flip the light switch. We'll see what happens. Actually, a little bit of fuel in there, doesn't smell real great. Got a big fuel filter on it, but it's got fuel in it. Yep. Get the oil. It's over full on oil. Perfect. Oh, we are stuffed full. Oh, great. It's fiberglass insulation. Wow. All right, let's get that engine cover off. is really dry. It almost seems fresh, but it's insulation. It kind of always feels like that. I still have a coil wire. Alright, getting down to where the mouse pee is, so I'm going to get a mask to blow this out. We're ready. Let's give this a try. Nothing. Nothing at the key switch. Light switch doesn't seem to make a difference. Alright, let's see if we can find the solenoid. So there's a solenoid under here, but I really got to get my face close to the engine, so it's not ideal, but here we go. That's not real great. Spinning over, but my jump pack isn't cutting it. Let's try right at the starter. So good. Jeez. It fired right up. All right, I'm gonna put some air in the tires. We'll go for a ride. Runs great. Runs and drives. 6-speed transmission works fine. Revs out. Idle smooth. Man. Alright, gotta fix the ignition problem, which I bet is just the solenoid. And then we have a deck over here. And it's in really great shape. You could probably get away without doing anything to it besides cleaning it up. And that's rare for me because I usually like to refurbish them all the way. Oh, it's smoking a little bit, but we'll see. Keep an eye on that. Several weeks later, I think it's a good time to start working on this. I had to jump start it. Obviously we got to work on all sorts of electrical things. I had to spray some carb spray in here, and I saw a leaf go right in there. So we're gonna have to take a look at that intake, see if we can pull a leaf out of there. But everything else is looking pretty good. Let's dive in today, see if we can't get this thing figured out. Got the side covers off and the gas tank off, and I can now get to the solenoid back there. I want to test this solenoid out. I want to see if, well, basically what I want to do is test the electrical system out. I want to see if this thing will start if I bridge the gap on the solenoid, and then that will tell me that the solenoid's bad. I got to figure out all this stuff too, so. Alright. So that's a good sign. Alright, so I'm pretty convinced that we just need a new solenoid in here, but see, I don't know what that does. I don't know. Was that for lights? Hopefully it was just for lights. Yeah, let's put a new solenoid in this. Okay, I do want to try to document what's going on with this solenoid. So we do have this yellow wire which goes up to the light switch. So that was on the battery side of the solenoid. And then you have what looks to be, yeah, this is the battery wire, if I can get that off. And then this is the red wire that goes to the key switch. So that looks correct. It's also got a fuse on it. Yeah, so that's all looking good. Now there is a disconnected, it looks to be a black wire, ground wire, I guess. I don't know where this is supposed to go. So we'll look into that. I wonder if that went on the solenoid as a designated ground. We'll look into that. And then the starter side of the solenoid just has the starter cable. So I have the solenoid off here. It's a 3-post solenoid. It had the light switch, yellow wire connected to that. I don't know. And then I think the other side of that light switch was grounded. Not sure what was going on there. It did have a ground wire, and that black wire that I saw disconnected should have really gone on that. So yeah, I could test this thing, but I might just drop in another one. I bought, I don't know if you can see, I bought 4 solenoids the other day because I have a bunch of tractors that need new solenoids, and these Oregon ones seem to be a good price. And it has even some hardware in here. Has the little tab like that thing has, so I can put a tab on that. So the new solenoid is installed, and I'm not getting any crank. I can hear the fuel shutoff solenoid going, but I can jump. Yeah, so the guy was on to something. We've got to figure out what's wrong with this now. Okay, I think I figured it out. So when I was installing that solenoid, all the moving around, I think I accidentally knocked off the black wire that connects to that 3rd post. When I reconnected it, I bumped the key and it turned over. So I cleaned everything up, put on a fuel line. Let's test it out. See if we can't get it to start. Nothing. There it is. Seems to slip out of gear. We're doing a paint test here, just seeing if any of this orange paint that I have will match the Scott's color. So first we have the Rust-Oleum Husqvarna, then just the Rust-Oleum orange, and then the Allis-Chalmers orange, and that looks like the winner. So you can, on the camera, you can hardly tell. So that looks like pretty much an exact match. The can looks like this. You know, you can get this at Tractor Supply, maybe even Home Depot. That says Allis-Chalmers here. So that's what we'll probably go with. I definitely need to do the hood here. The rest of it looks decent, although this needs a little attention. Just starting to clean it up now. But yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I really need to power wash the engine bay here. You know, this is just filthy down in here. And there's going to be no way I can clean that without pressure. But I just noticed that this thing has an oil filter. Wow, that's an interesting spot for one. I didn't think these had oil filters, these 15 horse. This is it says Scott's exclusive. Pretty cool. So yeah, okay. We got to do a service on that. I'm trying to charge up the battery right now. And I noticed some funny things with this engagement. This lever is bent, and it's a really odd angle. I'll sit on the tractor here. So this is fine, but that's engaged, I believe, and disengaged is here. It's like all up in my business. So I don't know what happened to this thing. Is it supposed to be more bent this way? Maybe. It seems like it's already bent that way. Was it supposed to be more bent out? Everything looks fine on the inside when you look on the inside of the lever. It's set up correctly, but you know, that's fine. If I were to engage or disengage it, it's hitting my shin. I have to like tuck it behind my leg. And that can't be right. I should really stop saying that I'm not going to restore these mowing decks, because every time I look at them I just want to grind them down and repaint them. But I found pretty much a perfect match for this Rust-Oleum American Accents. It's a dark gray gloss is what it's called. And check out how good this looks. So yeah, I have to do it. Alright, let's get this done. I'll show you afterward. So quick and easy. That was worth it. That really looks fantastic. Alright, time to get the deck installed. I've actually never had this deck on the machine. When I bought it, it was separated. I don't know if the guy just gave up on mowing with it, or he had a different machine and just used this Scott's as a hauler. Not really sure, but hopefully everything will hook up. It looks good. Everything looks complete and in really good shape. So let's get it installed. Should go fine. The mowing deck is installed. Seems halfway decent. Only thing I'm still kind of nervous about is this, but we're pretty good. We gotta test it out now. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of watching myself try to start this tractor with such a dead battery. Just got back from Tractor Supply. Spent way too much money. Let's get this thing installed. You just can't win. I don't think I have any carb spread either. Why is it being so hard to start this thing? Okay. A lot of gasoline. Seem to be getting fuel. Not getting a click out of the solenoid. Interesting. I had to put in this key switch because the one that the tractor came with was not making the anti-backfire solenoid work. So here's a spare part one just to use for testing. See if I can do the key switch. There you go. Hopefully you can see that, but now we're getting voltage. Should be able to hear the click. Yep. Alright, let's put that key switch in the right place and this thing should fire up now. Key switch is funny. Yeah, this thing is janky. It's like all worn out or something. I don't know, the positions are not right in there. So I'm probably going to order a new key switch, but if you fiddle with it, I got lights. So that's good. Our lights work. It is charging the battery. Fuel solenoid works now. So looking pretty good. I would like to see if this thing mows with the mowing deck set up the way it is. So let me take it outside and we'll give that a try. See how annoying this thing is? Let's see if we can get it to start. that ran pretty good. And I just now muscled that back into position. It just needed to be bent. It must have got hung up on like a branch or something. But now it's not in your way at all. Leg goes right here. No problem. It's all in front of your shin now. Good, so it does need a key switch, it seems, and we have to finish some cosmetic work on this and do a service on the engine. And then in the spring it's going to need a power wash, but we'll get this thing pretty much finished here before it hits winter. As you can see, I have the hood all masked off. Just put a bunch of plastic all over everything, even on the headlights there, and then I just shut the hood, so that's kind of a nice seal. Well, I have the Alice Chalmers paint here, so let's maybe I'll raise you up a little bit. I want to have you see this spot right here. So here's the discolored hood. It's about 34 degrees now. It warmed up a bit, but I've been having pretty good luck with paint. It's been, I think, pretty dry, and the humidity's down, so paint has been drying really quick, even though it is cold lately. It's a little abnormally cold. And that's a really good color match. I'm very happy with that. These are the hubcaps, and I had the idea to use this Rust-Oleum metallic that I used on the Craftsman LT4000. I just thought it'd be nice if these looked a little brighter. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. Let's see if we can address some of these faded plastics here. I just did this one with the torch. It came out pretty good. Yeah, that's a lot better. You can see some inconsistencies and, you know, white marks and things like that. Let's get the torch on this. I'll get the dash a little better once the plastic's removed, but I just want to see how this will come out. It's just a huge improvement. Yeah, so much better. So yeah, I'm going for it. I masked off a bunch of stuff that I probably could have just taken off, but I don't know, it seemed easier. I got a lot more to do. I got to cover things in plastic, cover all this stuff, so that when the orange paint goes flying, it doesn't overspray onto everything. So we'll do that another day, because, yeah, it's already getting dark. I think this thing should look really nice. I wasn't sure I was going to go this far, but I always end up doing this, right? So now we're going to have to start taping off those stickers, and it's going to be a whole thing, but we'll get it done. one coat is on, looking pretty nice. It is frigid out right now, but we're doing it. Got everything masked off real well. And this paint is pretty nice paint. Even in the cold, it's going down nice. And then I just did the side panels around back, I'll show you. But there are the seat springs. Those are done up black. When this dries a little bit, I'll do another coat. If I don't do it today, you know, another day. But this is getting pretty close to done. Won't take long to put this back together. It's gonna make me reevaluate that seat with the hole in it. I'm not gonna like that seat when it's all said and done, but we'll see. Here are the side covers for the front. Taped off the sticker. So far, with the hood and the side panels and the fender was 1 can of paint. So I have one more, which will be plenty. But yeah, it goes a long way. So whatever, you know, the paint is so expensive now. $9.99, who knows what that is. It's ridiculous. But well, 10 bucks, 15 bucks, whatever you want to call it for paint. I think it's worth it. Well, it's been a couple days with this orange paint drying. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Everything feels nice and smooth and cured. And I got a new key switch, just came in the mail. So let's get that installed. And then we're going to be taking off all the blue masking tape, all this plastic stuff. We're going to be trying to put this all back together. It's Saturday right now. It's about 45 minutes to noon. I don't have too much time to work on it, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to finish it today. Let's see. We're getting close though. So let's address the corner of this seat. I just cut back any of the seat material that was like frayed and jagged, and then I just take some black Gorilla Tape. And I know this is black and this is gray, but the gray Gorilla Tape looks way too much like duct tape. It's a really bright gray. I actually find that it looks better to just go with the black instead of the mixed matched gray. So that's what we'll do here. I could probably get it where we actually pinch the underside of the tape with this little trim piece. That'll look decent. Corners are always the hardest. So we'll see how it goes. What's up, buddy? Yeah, 1 second. I gotta help the boy spread some peanut butter. It's gonna be kind of wrinkled. It's kind of wrinkled better than kind of ripped. I think so. So I'll try to get this trim piece connected, but that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. So that's how that came out. Got the trim piece all tucked in there. I think it looks way better. You know, if I'm not happy with that, we can always just get a seat cover, but yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, check out these foot treads. Off camera, I used some of this truck bed coating. You know, it's supposed to be kind of grippy. So I used that on these things. I totally mangled the fasteners. They're just, I'll get some for you here. They're these things. They go in, they press in, and they don't come out. Anyway, a couple of them could probably be saved, but I didn't paint them. So this used to be kind of a faded gray. Now it's black and it's a little grippy. I think it looks really nice, but I have the problem of adhering it to, the fender here. So I have some Velcro. I don't know if this is the best idea, but this is what I'm doing, I think. I'm just going to flip these over. In a couple choice spots, I'll put some Velcro. And then at least the pad is removable if you had to clean it. I don't know if people will want to do that, but that's what we're going to go with. I think it's going to be okay. It'll be passable at least. Alright, so here we have about 5 pieces. And I'm just going to stick, they're connected, the 2 sides of the Velcro. And then we'll just plop it down on the fender and hope that it sticks. And hopefully we can call this done. This part at least. The treads are obviously going to be a little raised now off the fender, but hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's just passable. I know it's not going to be perfect. And I could adhere these foot treads another way, if I don't like this. So line up the holes or not. I guess I should try. Ah, that's all right. That looks nice. So instead of pulling up on it, I'll just step on it a bunch, and then hopefully the sticky sides will be pretty permanent. Battery almost installed. Just have the negative cable off right now. Got one of these side panels on. I'm leaving the other side off so I can do a service on this engine once I run it a bit and get the oil nice and hot. Alright, we're going to do the key switch now. And I can tell for sure that this key switch is not original. It's pretty bent up back there. And this key switch looks like it was just jammed in the hole to make it fit. And it was not easy to get out first time, but we'll try again. I know there's tabs, but like I said, yeah, it's just sort of in there. I think that's how the new one's gonna go too. The new one has a bit more clear labeling with the lights and things. This one, had it, but it wasn't white. So, I like that. The hardest thing is when you're flying blind trying to unplug this stuff, so this is a bit of an easier way to do it, is get the harness in first, and then yeah, there we go. So let's hook up the battery and then we'll try this out. Alright, I'm just going to run this for a little bit. The engine oil is very low, and I don't want to blow up the engine, but I do want to get it hot. It's a little cold today, not as bad as it's been, so hopefully changing the oil is okay. Alright, let's give this key switch a try. Good sign. Alright, I hear the click. Doesn't seem like we're flowing with fuel yet. It's a little weird. Seems like it's only running if the key switch is on. Almost like a seat safety thing. What's going on here? It's a little strange. I'm not sure what's going on here. There's gas. I don't think this lever is being is pressing the safety on it. It's like sort of touching it, but after I bent it. Let's try this. Oh, it's not that. Why does it run for a second now? Just gonna have to keep testing it, but we got the engine oil hot now, so let's drain it out and we'll do a full service on this engine. We'll place the spark plug and all that and see if any performance is improved. It could be. And if that symptom goes away, I mean, I'd say this thing is done, but obviously we got to keep testing that. That can't be sold quite yet like that. Definitely on startup you want things to be going really well. I have the oil draining, so I just masked off this area. Let's get the rear end of this tractor looking a little bit better. Wow, I don't like these. Just comes out crazy. I don't know. It's really just like spraying everywhere. So why can't it just be a normal spray nozzle? So yeah, I decided to go with black over here. Some of the hardware, this is like up for a bagger system. That was already black. It was up against the gray here, but I thought this would look a little better. That should look a lot better. Alright, just got the old oil filter off, and I have my daughter here with me, and I was just teaching her about, you know, this, which, whatever, it is what it is, but who will get angry, honey, if I don't do this?
The comment section of YouTube.
Yeah, comment section of YouTube. Probably throw a fit if I don't do that very thing. So many particulars. Tighten this up a little bit. That's good. Had a little trouble with the spark plug boot, so the clip stayed attached to the spark plug in there, and just I wasn't able to get the socket on there, so you gotta fix that. But here's a spark plug. A little hard to see on the GoPro. Looks decent, a little lean maybe. RC12 YC. I'll see if I have another one of those. What do you want to film? The funnel. Yeah, we just filled the oil.
Painted the back.
What do you think? Is that black paint dry yet?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Might be getting close.
It's maybe.
Oh,
Perfect. Here, you keep filming. I'll take this off. Was that a good choice to paint that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Doesn't match the tires anymore.
No. Looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to paint this now. This is what happens, you know, you just keep going.
Everything needs to be the same.
Everything needs to be painted.
It's hard not to paint.
Tractor's starting to look good though.
Yeah.
Alright, we got oil, new spark plug, new oil filter.
There's a lot of oil in the bucket.
Yep, there's the oil. Should we see if it starts up? You want to film me while I try to start it?
Yes.
It's been giving us a little trouble on the startup, so. Well, that was pretty good. It seems to still give a little bit of trouble on the run position. You go to crank, and then when you pull the key back to run, it seems to like lose spark almost. And then on lights, it seems to be much better. But then after a little while, you can go back to run. I don't really know. I'm going to take the key switch off and just sort of inspect the run position and make sure that that's all good. There's one thing we forgot though. Let's add it right now. There we go. Forgot about the hubcaps. Well, I'm gonna call that a video right here. I like the way this thing came out. I'm glad I painted it as much as I did. The deck with the gray, the orange part with the Alice Chalmers orange. You know, even the hubcaps, I think this thing came out way nicer than I thought it was going to. So just to recap some of the problems, a bunch of electrical stuff, solenoid was a bit of a problem, the key switch, you know, that's basically it. This thing actually came together pretty quick. Some things to mess around with this bent lever, you know, and then all the restoration stuff takes the longest time, but this was relatively easy. The key switch thing is still a little bit odd. You start it up and it does not want to run on the run position, it wants to run on the lights. So, you know, that's a little bit of a quirk, but honestly, once you realize that that's all it is, it's just a real quick thing and it runs perfect. So I'll just have to advertise that when I go to sell it. Either that or, you know, eventually maybe I'll figure it out. I'll have this thing for a couple months before it goes up for sale. So, all right. I'm liking this thing. It's a pretty nice tractor. Thanks again for watching the video. Thanks for subscribing and liking to the channel. Appreciate it. We're growing. At this point, I'm like 30 subscribers short of 1,000. So thank you guys. Hopefully we get over that hump pretty soon. And looking forward to making more videos. Thanks for tuning in.